A healthy lifestyle is essential because it impacts every part of our well-being. It's not just about how we look or feel in the moment. It's about how our bodies function in the long run. When we live healthily, we give ourselves the best chance to stay strong, energetic, and free from chronic illnesses. Eating a balanced diet, staying active, managing stress, and getting enough sleep helps our body system work efficiently. This practice lowers the risk of conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and obesity, which are more common today due to poor lifestyle habits. A healthy lifestyle also boosts mental clarity and emotional stability. Regular exercise and a nutritious diet can enhance brain function, improve mood, and reduce stress. It's not just about physical health, but also about maintaining good mental health, which is equally important in living a fulfilling life. Choosing to live healthily today can prevent many of the struggles and health problems that come later in life. A lifestyle filled with healthy habits ensures that we stay active as we age, maintain a positive outlook, and keep doing the things we love. It's about making choices that leads to a better quality of life over time rather than relying on quick fixes or temporal solutions. Hello and welcome to another episode here on Launch Global. Today we'll be looking at the importance of making healthy choices because when you make wrong choice there are consequences, and when you make good choices you tend to have even better advantages. I am Chunk Anamel Joseph. We'll be right back shortly after the break, so stay tuned. Welcome back from the short break, and thank you for joining me on Launch Global today. If you're just catching up with me today, we're going to be looking at the importance of making healthy choices. Starting a healthy lifestyle can involve eating nutritious food, engaging in regular physical activity, and prioritizing your mental health. A healthy lifestyle simply means doing things that make you happy and feel good. You get to decide what your healthy lifestyle looks like. So if your health tones are good, it's your choice. If your health tones are bad, then it's your choice. But then what's our key focus today is to help you, know the importance of making healthy choices, give you ideas on how you can make healthy choices, and also help you with certain lifestyle that you need to, include, or certain things you need to include in how you run your day-to-day activities, how you take care of your health, how you tend to eat, what you eat, how you should regulate certain things you eat. Of course, other physical activities that involve socializing, exercises, and many more. Making healthy choices is beneficial in many ways. There are ways that, when you on body better, it helps you, it gives you the ability to be able to be intentional when it comes to moving your body, how your body reacts. Sometimes our body tend to send us a message, but then we get to ignore it because we say that you feel you're a superman or a superwoman, or you're so keen to say to focusing more on those things that you need to do. I have an errand to run. Meanwhile, your body is telling you, no, you need to rest. You need to probably take a nap. You need to just relax a little bit, but you tend to tell yourself, no, if I try to rest, I'll feel lazy, or maybe that will make me feel not too good about myself, or I've not achieved, what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do these errands and I'm not doing it. Meanwhile, your body is trying to tell you, come on, you have done so much. You have deprived yourself of so much rest over time, and it is time to rest. Now, it is making healthy choices is really important to you, very beneficial to yourself, your health, and of course how you even run your activities. Now, so one of those benefits that you get when you make healthy choices and then try to just get yourself into a very healthy lifestyle is help in preventing diseases. Now, when you make healthy choices, like, we have people who sometimes have big problems when it comes to insomnia. Insomnia has so many reasons why they cause. Sometimes, when you change your sleeping routine, imagine you're in Nigeria and you're traveling to another country where you know that the time changes. Yes, it gets very difficult for you to get used to that environment. And some people are so focused with work that you tend to forget that, it's almost time to sleep, and you tend to sleep maybe late hours or early, maybe in the early hours of the morning, let's say maybe around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And knowing fully that the next day you probably have work to do, or you have appointments to catch up with, or you have meetings by 8 a.m. in the mornings, 10 a.m. in the mornings, and you deprived yourself from that sleep. You still run your daily activities, you still come back to your house and continue from where you stopped, maybe pressing your phones, replying emails, returning calls and all of that. Now, making healthy choices help you prevent things like that. Now, in a study in 2020, adults who follow a healthy, rich diet in fruits and vegetables for 8 weeks had a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. Another 2020 study found that every 66-gram increase in daily fruit and vegetable intake was associated with a 25% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. In an observational study of almost 2,000 adults, those who ate the most whole grain had a 29% lower rate of type 2 diabetes than those who ate the least. In a 2020 study of 44,000 adults, researchers found that those who got 11 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity each day had a lower risk of death compared to those who only exercised at that intensity for 2 minutes. This comparison held true even if people sat for 8.5 hours every day. So there are so many things that we need to do sometimes when you find it difficult in getting yourself together. Now, here we are mainly concerned of what you eat, your diet. How do you manage? How do you mix your food? What are the things you eat exactly? What are the calories? Do you overeat the calories you're supposed to consume in a day? Are you so focused into going in with carbohydrate compared to going in switching your meals with protein, or eating more of proteins and less on carbohydrate? Some of these things are some of the major things that you need to do. You need to tell yourself about, because if you notice, sometimes when you tend to sleep, it's like you sleep and forget yourself, and you're wondering, but I didn't do so much today, or today I didn't even really do anything, I didn't really go out. There's the intensity of you depriving yourself of certain things results to a problem. So making healthy choices now will help you manage all of those issues, poor eating habit, being so lazy, having insomnia, diabetes, so many other things. But then this is what it does to you. Making healthy choices also helps you save money. Money is one of the most, I'll say it's one of, but let me not say it's the most important thing, but then it is one of the most important thing any human being needs in life. You can't live without money. I can't live without money. And if there's no money, it's like you do not have a life. If there's no money, you are unhappy. If there's no money, you can't eat well. If there's no money, you can't clothe yourself well. If there's no money, almost nothing can happen. So money is very important, and if you're making healthy choices, it also helps you cut down on what you eat. It helps you spend your money even wisely, and then instead of just buying things randomly, snacking on anything you see just because you have so much money, it helps you save money. Even if you don't need the money for anything, you can have that money, and then yes, you can help. We have plenty people in the street, plenty kids in the street that you can buy them food and then still give them even when you do not need the money. Then you can use the money to support others. But then making healthy choices helps you to save money. You should always see your primary care physician for an annual physical examination. Even if you think you do not need to see a doctor, some health conditions can be silent. You should just mark that line. Some health conditions can be very silent. Let me add the very in it, and that means they do not present with any symptoms. They just come, and before you know it, they pull you down. Sometimes you don't tend to see them, or at the early stage you don't even feel them, but as time goes on, they keep developing and keep growing, and before you know it gets you into like a very chronic and a serious condition. So seeing a doctor regularly increase your chances of catching it early, which can lead to improved outcome. The healthier you are, the less often you will have to see a doctor. This could save money by reducing co-pays, prescriptions, and other treatment. So if you do that to yourself, it will also help you, regulate the issue of going to the hospital every day. And I think this also leads me to a particular concern that I have. Like, I have so much of this concern. I do not understand why these days we are so keen into personal prescription, or self-care, self-medication. Sometimes you just feel a little bit of awkwardness, and the next minute you are getting anti-malaria, you have headache, and you assume to yourself that, it's typhoid that is disturbing me, or I'm feeling this way since my bones are hurting me, that means I need to take anti-malaria. And we keep taking those medications without knowing that they are medications yet. Yes, but if you're trying to treat what is not there, that medication at the end of the day will keep causing issues to your lungs, your liver, and before you know it, you are developing maybe a chronic liver condition or a problem that you don't even understand where it is coming from. So one advice from me to you today is you have to cut down on self-medication, really, because you cannot be giving yourself medication. You're not a professional in that. If you do not go check yourself, if you do not go to the hospital, you won't understand. So you don't have to even feel sick to check yourself. Monthly, you can decide to just go, just get treated, your whole body check, just check yourself, and then if you need any vitamin, any supplement, then you can go for it. So there are lots of supplements that sometimes we just need those food, we need those supplements, not the normal medication, including paracetamol, which is like one of the easiest things that you can just find it in people's bags and all that. But I think including paracetamol, medication can be very addictive. Forget what people will say, some people, all the people, they do drugs, all those things, hard drugs. I mean, they are not, they are not good, yes, they are very bad, yes, but you that is taking the paracetamol, the just tiny medications that sometimes you just see them as their normal thing, it can be very addictive. And when you have like the slightest headache and then you want to take it, sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know if it happens to you, but I know it has happened to me. Let's just be honest, it has happened to me. So you have to at all times try and understand your body. You might have those headaches because you need to rest, you need sleep, or you need to be hydrated. Not because you're having malaria or not because you're having something else that is bothering you. To be honest, sometimes it's just food that we need. Sometimes it's just sleep that we need. Sometimes it's just water that we need, and then it will help you. It also lengthens your lifespan. So basic healthy habits are connected with living a longer life. At age 50, you could live up to 40 years longer if you have never smoked, maintain a healthy weight, are regularly active over 30 minutes per day of moderate or vigorous activities. You can decide to do exercises, you can decide to just do a workout, you can decide to do so many things that will just keep you a little bit, active. Follow a healthy diet, keep out alcohol to a moderate consumption, maybe 5 to 15 gram per day for women and 5 to 30 gram per day for men. Making even a few of these changes may lengthen your lifestyle. It can also be good for the environment. Ultra processed food and other and those that contain refined grains and addictive to change the texture, taste, or color. More than 70% of foods in the supermarket are ultra processed, and we know that, especially in the US. Now, most of the food you can get canned noodles, packed this, already cooked, and then it's like you're just buying it to eat it. So I know in Nigeria we have less of that, but in other countries most of their food are processed food. You can even find burger that is processed and then it's packed and then kept in the shelf, and then you can go eat it. So sometimes we have to regulate all of that. In Nigeria, yes, we don't have more of the processed food, but there are still people who are so interested in going in with processed food, and processed food is not something that I will recommend for you. Even if you want to eat processed food, of course you can do that, but let it not be the reason, the food you eat for your lunch or for your dinner all the time. From time to time, I understand it can get very tricky, and sometimes you do not even want to cook anything. Sometimes you might have your cravings and then you want to go for something. If you want it, go for it, but do not make it and have it. The making of ultra processed food contributes to greenhouse gas, water scarcity, decreased biodiversity, plastic waste, deforestation. Placing short car ride with bike can also cut back on the amount of carbon dioxide released into the atmosphere. So the question is, what is the easiest way to start? If you want to go in this journey, you want to be able to make healthy choices, your journey towards healthy lifestyle should start small. And when you want to start small, start with small changes that you feel confident you can achieve. You can consider making SMART goal, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound, met by a deadline and born in a certain amount of time. And then by focusing on this goal, you may find more success. And one initial win will propel you to set new bigger goals. So you have to consider following tips from the beginning to the end to also improve your overall health, which is why you need to eat more of vegetables and fruit. I know that over time I've kept making emphasis with the issue of eating fruit and vegetable, because really it is very important. Now, in the 2020 study review, it suggests that consuming an adequate amount of fruit and vegetable is associated with lower risk of heart disease, stroke, cancer, and premature death. You don't have to go eating minimal produce to having 9 servings a day. You can start slow by eating 1 serving of vegetables at dinner. If you already do that, consider eating 1 vegetable or fruit at every meal. So if you're not the whole vegetable kind of person, just try your best at dinner, which is the time where you eat before you go to bed. You can try it with vegetable. It helps you in your digestion, it helps in your blood circulation, it literally helps you in a whole lot of things, and it is very, very good for you. Or you can decide to go in with fruits. After your lunch, you can go, or even your breakfast, can have bananas in the mornings, apples in the afternoon or apples in the evening, watermelons and all of that. So then just make sure that you eat fruit. It doesn't have to be so much. Even if it's 300 naira watermelon or just 1 apple or 500 naira bananas, you can just try and just do something that will help grow your health and then help you make healthy choices. You can also learn to swap in whole grain instead of just going with the grains that are not really healthy for you. So for the research in 2020, it links consuming more whole grain with reduced risk of diabetes, obesity, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. You also need to start small by replacing 1 refined grain each day with a whole grain. For instance, if you normally have cereal for breakfast, you may like to replace it with oatmeal. Whole grain includes plain oats, whole grain bread and pasta, brown and wild rice, buckwheat, bulgur wheat, millet, barley, spelt, and farro. For the refined grains, it's a white bread and pasta, which you need to cut down on, white rice, and most breakfast cereal, chips, pretzel and crackers. So you have to make sure you cut down on that. Just you have to switch it with a more healthier grain, a whole grain, than the refined grain. Now there's so much more we need to talk about this, because I know these are certain things we tend to ignore. I have so much on this to share with you, and I guess I'm going to be doing that on our next episode. But for the sake of time, I'll be putting a stop here today. Thank you for your time with me here on Launch Global. I am still Chung Annabelle Joseph. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.